Hello, Internet. My name is Ro, and I have a public service announcement. The announcement is that I'm a stoner for life. I'm never stopping. Nah, I'm just kidding. I probably do need to stop soon. I mean, what's the point, though? Like, really, what's the point? If I stopped smoking, my room wouldn't look the way it does, you know? Like, look how clean it is. Nah, I'm just kidding. This is actually a set for my YouTube channel. I'm going for guy who spends all his expendable income on weed, so he doesn't have money to buy better equipment to make his YouTube videos. So I think I'm kind of nailing that. It's taken 30 years to figure out that exact aesthetic. So I'm pretty proud of myself. But yeah, the reason I think about stopping is me and my partner, we're going to have a kid eventually, and I don't want to be a stoner dad, you know? That's not a good look. Actually, let me take that back. Stoner dad is a good look if your kid is like a little older, you know, like a teenager at least. You know, there's kind of a cool swag to that. But I don't want to be outside at 1 a.m. smoking a blunt real quietly while my partner's rocking our baby to sleep. And then I come inside and I'm like, do we have any more spicy nacho Doritos? That's not it. That's not how I want to be living. But at the same time, I've been smoking weed pretty much every day since I was like 16. First time I ever smoked weed, I was 14 and I went in the woods with one of my friends. He got weed from his older brother, classic. We made a bowl out of tinfoil, classic. I hit it a couple times. I didn't get high. I did like the way it smelled though. And then we came out of the woods, and unknowing to me, my uncle was at my parents' house. I swear my uncle probably smelled the weed because it was the first time I ever smoked. I didn't know what I was doing. You know, he didn't really say anything. He gave me a hug, but I knew. I knew I was a scumbag right away. And that's the thing. When I was a teenager in the mid to late 2000s, smoking weed was not what it is now. When I was a 14-year-old just trying to get high, I had to hang out with like 17, 18-year-olds because everyone my age just thought I was a scumbag, which maybe they're right. Who's to say? Or maybe the 18-year-olds smoking weed with 14-year-olds are the real scumbags. So, nah, they were cool. One of my stoner friends who I basically used to get rides places because I was too young to drive, he was a compulsive liar and he would constantly talk about all these people that he was having sex with, but he also had a girlfriend. So, maybe the scumbag thing is still relevant here. You know, people say that smoking kind of gets rid of motivation and it makes you want to be lazy, but I've always been good at that. Ever since I was a kid, I had no motivation to do anything, especially stuff that interests me. Like, why would I do that? Smoking actually kind of pushes me in a direction of doing things that interests me. But I also, like many others, my goal in life is to be an enlightened being, basically to just be Jesus. And in order to reach enlightenment, the rule book says that you cannot, you can't have any vices, you can't be addicted to anything, you can't be like dependent on any substances. So if I want to be the Jesus that I am inside, I have to stop smoking weed eventually. But hey, at least I got till 33. And then what happens after 33? Can I still be Jesus if I live past 33? How does that work? I'll have to check the rule book. But yeah, I mean, when I don't smoke, I play way more video games and I watch way more stupid shit on the internet because I'm just trying to fill that space in my brain. You know what I mean? And smoking weed kind of allows me to accept that space for what it is instead of trying to fill it. But the real problem is backwoods. I smoke a ton of backwoods. So I'm starting to crave backwoods more than I actually am craving weed. And I don't know. Is it cool to smoke a CBD blunt? Is that something that I can do? I've had some good experiences with CBD weed, like flower before, but am I really about to start buying CBD flower, buying backwoods, and smoking them? Is that really what my life is about to be? I think I'd rather just be an alcoholic, but I could never be an alcoholic. I really don't like alcohol. Ever since I was a kid, the first time I ever drank alcohol, I was 12 years old and I was camping with one of my friends and his family in a trailer park on the border of New York and Canada. I had no idea where I was. I was 12, his sister was 16, and his parents bought his sister alcohol. So I was literally doing shots of Bacardi Raz in a trailer at 12 years old. And I remember I don't think I didn't do a lot of shots, but I did enough in a short period of time where I literally felt like my legs were burning. And I just remember sitting on this couch, just rubbing my legs because I was like, I swore I could feel the alcohol in me, but I don't know. I'm also a pretty anxious person. So who's to say? And then all of a sudden, there was this big pack of all of us kids walking through this trailer park. All of a sudden, after that, I was by myself and I had no idea where I was. And it was a trailer park. So every row looked the same. And now that I'm thinking about it, where was I even sleeping? It must have been in the trailer. We weren't really camping, were we? Why do I always say camping? We were just getting drunk at a trailer park. What is the context of this situation? I genuinely don't remember. Drugs, right? So anyway, I think it's important to be honest with yourself about what you're doing in your life and how you could potentially be harming yourself. But everybody harms themselves in some way. You just have to, it's a pick your poison kind of situation, right? Like if weed is going to prevent me from getting lung cancer, but it's going to make me sick at making auto-tune rap bangers, then you know what? That's a trade that I'll take. But yeah, that concludes the public health announcement. Put out a new video every Sunday, so I'll see you next week. Yes, you. I will see you next week.